find it kind of weird. I've never made this video before, but here's the gear I use as a photographer and a filmmaker on a basically regular basis. Well, I'll start with this right here. This is actually brand new. I just got it for Christmas this year. The Sennheiser Lavs. It goes right into my Canon 5D, which is what I'm filming this with. I'm shooting it on a 24-70. As you can see here, this is basically what we're dealing with right here. You have the lav up here, you have the camera and the 24-70 right there. This, of course, is my pocket camera. This is the Canon G7X Mark II. I want to get the Mark III because this is starting to give out, but it's still working great. No idea if any of that audio is going to work or not going to work, but don't feel like re-recording this. So, because I got a dinner to go to in an hour. Great little vlog camera. I got it because it can flip up, does time lapses, does slow motion, and it fits in your pocket, and it's a fantastic little vlog camera. The 5D Mark IV is a workhorse of a camera. It's not a great vlog camera. I'm thinking about getting maybe the EOS R, maybe the 5R, the 6R, something like that. That's gonna be a little better for vlogging while still facilitating kind of the professional work I do in terms of video and photo. What's lighting this amazing set are these Aperture MC lights. These are literally the best cool little light on the market, I think, because they're magnetic. They have a little thread on the bottom where you can connect them and you can put them on stands. They are fully bicolor. They also do the full color spectrum, and they also have different effects in it, like party mode, lightning, fireplace, etc., which are all just mwah. I've used them. They're like fantastic. I love them for small, simple things like this where I can just throw it out, and they also come with two little soft boxes like this where you can just put it out there. That's my key light right now. And you see that's my different color lights in the background. Very simple, very amazing. This video is going to be a little bit all over the place, so I apologize for that. Going back to the vlog setup, I've had this Joby, Gorilla tripod for, ever, because that was the thing to get back in the day, 5-6 years ago. And so bam, just like that, you can do the whole selfie stick, like, hey guys, what's up? That's definitely a solid go-to. Very, very simple, very easy to use. Oh, another great thing about the MC lights. Told you, this vlog is gonna be all over the place. This is not gonna be your standard gear vlog about what's in my bag, because I can't roll that way. They can charge USB-C on the side right here, but they also magnet into this case, out my fingers, and they close up. You just plug it in right there and all four can charge, and it's great. One caveat with these lights is that they only last about an hour-ish, and that can be a pain in the butt. A way that I found around that is you just plug in one of those portable chargers that you would have for like your phone. Speaking of phones, this is definitely a go-to for big content. I do all of my social content on this. This is an iPhone 13 Pro. Yes, I had an iPhone X and I literally used it until it could not work anymore. I hate getting new phones. I hate getting new gear. I mean, I love getting new gear, but it's expensive. It adds up. I literally used it till it crapped out, but I knew I needed one, especially to shoot better content with, because so much of what we do these days is shoot social content. So whether it's content for myself, content for clients, an iPhone 13 Pro is definitely, it's one of those things. It's like, it's a business write-off though. So, talk with your tax accountant on it. But I use this for all of my social content. Okay, one of the other things I have that I don't use all that often, but it's just weirdly like nice to have, and because I always like, if I don't have it, I feel like, oh God, I might need it, and I never use it, which is really frustrating, and I gotta figure out how to get better footage from it. That's the biggest thing. I have to figure out how to get better footage from it. The GoPro. I have a GoPro A7. Jeez, I'm like so behind on GoPros because again, I don't use it, but I have the chest mount, the head mount, the rail mount, the top of the camera mount, and the double battery charger. So, it's good. I really enjoy it, but I mean, I theoretically, conceptually enjoy it. I've not been able to figure out how to actually create and capture really good footage like they have in all their commercials. So this next piece of gear is not really like a camera gear, but it is like arguably more important than all of my camera gear. This is my SSD. This is my work drive. This is literally contains every project file that I'm currently working on or just finished completing. I do all my work on this because I can literally like do that type of stuff with. It's the same technology that houses inside an iPhone. So where like, again, you can throw an iPhone and you don't lose any of the data. You can do all of that. You can travel with this and it's so light and small. Like again, look at it compared to my phone. So yes, I have other big lacy drives, but those always stay at home. They don't travel and they're all just backup drives. But this is, I highly recommend spending the little extra money on this hard drive. This is a 2 terabyte drive, so it can facilitate basically every one of my shoots, minus the occasional like full online course or like this like some massive production that's going to be like 5 terabytes, which in itself is a whole pain in the ass anyway. My next thing is this kind of big bag. It's just like an extra camera bag that I have that turned into, I call it my director's bag. It's a really bad name for it because as a director, you don't need any of this, but it's like my extra gear that I always need on set. I have a bag full of all my batteries. I have a few extension cords. I specifically have 2 different ones that have 3 prongs on them. Basically triples up your extension cords without needing 3 more extension cords. Oh, I have another one of these MC lights, but that's just bicolor because this is like one of the, I've been getting these since like day 1. I have like one of their original ones in storage because it's not that great anymore compared to these other ones. But this is like the original like bicolor one. I had the original daylight, the original bicolor. You just see the difference between like it's thinner, it's a little much lighter, and like you just see how much the technology has improved. I have my light meter because again, this is like I said, this is a director's bag. It's really like more like a DP, AC, grip bag. Like it's just all of the other departments that I need. My light meter to know if, you know, we're in the right exposure and all of that jazz. Should really use this more often. I never use it. Do you use this or in the lens cloths? I'm so bad at it. Follow focus for my cinema camera and MFT and EF adapter. This is my knockoff Leatherman. The Leatherman's really expensive, so this is like a third of the price, which is fantastic. So, you know, gives you any kind of tool. I end up just using the flathead 99 out of 100 times. SSDs, more SSDs, but these I use for my Black Magics. I have my Black Magic here. It's great with the tilted cage. This is what these SSDs are for. So those are fantastic. I have a 5 set primes of the Voigtlander MFT lenses. I have the Blackmagic 4K, and so those are MFT. So the micro 4/3. So this is a 60 millimeter lens. So basically how it works with micro 4/3 is they're basically about half of 35 millimeter. So I always just call it in the 35 millimeter. And so that's why, like, if you look at this, it says 60, but it also says 120. So anybody who doesn't use micro 4/3 every single day can just think about it in normal lens terms. I have 2 Blackmagics, all of those lenses. I'm not pulling out the full lights and stuff like that. Then I have a bunch of podcasting gear, and I just repurpose all my old camera bags as I keep upgrading my camera bag to house other things, because camera bags aren't cheap. They're, you're talking anywhere from like 80 bucks to like 250 bucks. So this is an old low pro camera bag that I turned into my audio bag. Got the Zoom recorder, Sennheiser 416, shotgun mic, the XLR cable. I got Bear Dynamic headphones. And again, I put the Sennheiser lavs in there and they travel super easy. I know I should probably have like hard cases for this stuff, but I have the bags. I don't want to spend more money on Pelican cases. I have a bunch of other podcasting gear that I really don't feel like getting out right now. And this is not about podcasting. I told you, this is the most sporadic gear vlog you'll ever have. Okay, I think that's everything. Oh, I saw it here. I'll show you earlier. So what I have is also this little MiPhoto photo tripod. I mean, I think it's just like a knockoff Chinese brand, but it makes it super easy. I don't know if you can kind of see that in the reflection. And then additionally, little iPhone holder, this little Shure mic that plugs right into the phone, and my light right here. All right, so that's all the gear that I have. One question that I always get asked is, what's the best camera to get? Should I go Canon? Should I go Sony? The best camera you have is the phone, is the phone that's on you. God, I can't even get through the line anymore because again, the phones are great, but it's the best camera is the best camera that's on you. Just shoot content. It really doesn't matter. All of this gear help just facilitates. If you are not comfortable talking in front of camera, if you don't know how to tell a story, if you don't know how to make an interesting edit, if you don't know how to light correctly, like these different things all make better storytelling than just like, oh, I have an Alexa with Cook lenses and I have $100,000 worth of gear. If you don't know how to use it, it doesn't matter. You can do better stuff with no lighting, with just the sun and an iPhone than an Alexa if you know how to use it. Oh, shut up. I have her in my devices and she's now beeping at me. So that's the gear I have. I hope it's been helpful.